Hey, Dave here from Align Therapy. I wanted to show one of the cool tools that we have for imaging scoliosis. It's using surface topography. We use a machine called a Diers Formetric machine. It's a pretty amazing machine that we can use to monitor and see what scoliosis is causing with posture without actually using radiation, which is really cool for monitoring our scoliosis patients. So Brad here has agreed to help us with showing what this actually does, and I'm going to show you how we would scan him, and I'll show you on the computer what that looks like. But it's a great tool that we have to use. If you're worried about radiation or you don't want to get as many x-rays, we can usually monitor pretty well, and as long as we're not seeing changes on the Formetric, then we usually won't kick it to an x-ray unless there are other reasons to do so. So let me just show here, hopefully you can see the screen okay. So what this does, over here on the left, it shows that hair has to be up off of your neck so that it can image well. So Brad's hair is up off of his neck. And then the pant line usually is down so you can see a little plumber's crack. So, and then the other stuff we won't really go over. The camera on this is, so there's a camera up top and then it shines light out of these. So I'm going to turn off the light here for a second. And as we go through this, let me just go through this here if you can still see me. We'll go through and we'll see the lights turn on, and the lights shine on Brad's back like that. So, and then we see the picture of the lights shining on Brad. And with this, we want it to be in the right position so it's imaging the right part of his back. So I can hit the up arrow, the camera goes up a little bit, and we see the image change a little bit with that. So we want that horizontal line right at the bottom of the shoulder blades, and he's standing right in the middle. And really we're looking at that we're seeing what we need to see, that the landmarks are exposed so we can see those, and then all we have to do is we hit the play button, and it takes a little bit of time. It takes about 6 seconds to take the picture, and then it will do its fun mathematical calculations that I don't understand and create. So that's not quite the image that we would use. We need to modify that, but that's how it's done. And quick, painless, nothing crazy that goes into taking the picture. But now let me show you what we actually look at on that. So I'm going to go to someone who actually has scoliosis, because Brad doesn't have scoliosis. All right, so once we have the image, once we've taken the picture and we've got the data, and the computer has compiled the data into something that is in a 3D picture, then we can come in here and we can see a lot of different things. So on this example, we have someone with a very large scoliosis curve. There's a right scoliosis curve right here, but what the computer is actually seeing is this right here. So it's seeing topography, where it's the lines that it shines on you. It's taking those lines and measuring the distance between those lines to create a topographical map. And the way that topographical map looks is like this. So the warmer colors are closer to us and the cooler colors are further away. So we can see that this right side on the shoulder blade is more prominent because the ribs are rotated back on that side. We can see that the cooler colors here mean that those ribs are rotated forward. We can see that this shoulder is rotated back because it's warmer, and this shoulder is rotated forward because it's cooler. So these are very common things that we see with the right thoracic curve, where we see the arm hanging forward on the right side, and on the concave side we see that arm coming back. So all these other things, these tell us with the kyphosis lordosis, here in this graph right here, we can see if you look from the front, it's guessing where the spine would be for that blue line. This is the rotation of the vertebrae, so it looks at those things. So it looks at a lot of different things, but it's guessing where the spine is based on the contours of the back. So this will tell us a lot of different numbers. I won't go through all these, but a few of them that it does look at. This coronal imbalance, this looks at the shift in the pelvis. So with a scoliosis curve, sometimes we'll have a shift in the pelvis, and it measures how big that shift is. So this is showing 32 millimeters, where this person's pelvis is shifted to the left, where the middle of their pelvis, represented by the green line, is to the left of this black line that comes down from their neck. So that's how far the pelvis is shifted to the side. This will also measure the tipping of the pelvis. The left side is 9 millimeters higher than the right side, and so we have a tip on the pelvis like this. It will also show, it shows a ton of data, but from the side it will give us a measurement of what it measures the kyphosis and the lordosis to be. So that's 41-degree kyphosis, 40-degree lordosis. That's usually pretty accurate, and that's also represented down here, where we see the lordosis here and we see the kyphosis here. So that's a significant curve. We can also compare what someone's curve is like at one point compared to another time. Let's see if we can. Well, that's not the same person, but it gives you an idea that we can compare two side by side. And let's see if we can find one that. So that person also has scoliosis, but it's a different person. But we can compare these side by side and see the difference between the two. We can even compare 4 side by side, but I can't rotate these. So you could put 4 up here, and we could compare those as well. So pretty cool with this. This will estimate what the scoliosis angle is. It's estimating the scoliosis angle at 60 degrees. The problem is we're not actually seeing the spine, so this is not something that can replace the Cobb angle measurement on an x-ray. And so that's important to know. Some people come in expecting us to be able to see what degree their scoliosis is. We can estimate what it is, but this is not an x-ray, and we do not use this for Cobb angle measurements. But it is very good at comparing its image to its image again, which means if I take an image with this and then we compare to see if anything's changing, we should be able to pick up those changes. So we don't use this to track Cobb angle, but we use this to track how well people are doing their exercises. We use this to track how imbalanced things are. We use this to train people on knowing where their curve is, so they know what's rotated back and what's rotated forward and those types of things. So we can use this for a lot of different things, but the beauty of it is there's no radiation. We can do this as many times as we want. We're just using light. We can see postural things that we're not seeing on the x-ray. We're not seeing, where the shoulders are forward or back in relation to the other things in the spine. We're seeing pelvic obliquities, tipping of the pelvis. We can make determinations on whether to put a heel lift in someone's shoe if they have a leg length difference. So many things that we can look at with this, and it gives us so much data that it's a very good objective measure for our scoliosis patients. If you're looking for a radiation-free way of tracking your scoliosis, or you want to just take a look and see what your scoliosis really looks like on topography, we'd love to see you. Come on down and we'll show you what we can do. And if you are one of our patients or looking to be one of our patients, we use this on all of our scoliosis patients. So thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, feel free to do so you can get updates when we do videos like this and see cool technology that's coming out. And we really appreciate you watching. Leave any comments with questions and I'll answer those. Thanks for watching.